What's good? It's your boy Twiz. Boy, oh boy, do I have an exciting announcement for you guys.
Hey, what's up, zombies? I just want to give you a hug. Oh. Well, that's what happens when we give zombies a hug, huh?
Google Stadia begins limited testing of YouTube live streaming. Crowd play.
Damn.
This right here is definitely a surprise. When they announced crowd play early this month, I thought it was going to be launched with the two games they announced with it, such as Dead by Daylight and Super Bomberman R. But seeing as how they're going to be testing it soon, it looks like crowd play is already ready for some other games. Let's continue reading.
One of the coolest promises of Google Stadia back at GDC 2019 was the ability to easily livestream your gameplay to YouTube Gaming and bring lucky watchers directly into your game.
I know for me personally, this is my most wanted feature in Stadia, period. This is going to be a big deal for content creators and people that watch content creators live on YouTube. What sets live streams apart from videos is the interaction between the streamer and the viewers. And me personally, I think there's no better form of interaction than to play games with your viewers and all have a good time in the same game. However, the way you traditionally join up in games is a little bit cumbersome. 1, you have to download the game. 2, you have to friend each other. 3, you have to send them a link or an invite, and there's all these little steps involved that makes it a hassle to the point where the viewers rather just watch and stay in the chat, or the streamer just rather just chill and play by himself. Crowdplay removes a lot of those hassles and makes it as easy as just clicking a button and joining the stream. Here, let me show you.
Take advantage of crowdplay. Seamlessly play with your favorite streamer. Join the streamer's game by accessing the link on the screen.
Let's see that again.
Join the streamer's game by accessing the link on the screen.
It looks like all the viewer has to do is click on the link that sits below the chat. You're up. Join in the next 1 minute. If you can't start playing within the next minute, we'll add you to the end of the line so you can try again. People often ask me, why should they buy a game on Stadia as opposed to buying it where they traditionally play either on PC or on console? And of course, I give them the usual spiel of not needing to download, not needing to install, you know, the usual. But I think this right here is probably the selling point. This right here is probably the clearest way to get it in their head that, hey, Stadia is worth having. That Stadia has a value, has a feature that just cannot be replicated on console or PCs. Even if every game had full crossplay, if your favorite streamer's on Stadia and you're playing on PC, you still don't have the convenience and ease of use of playing with the streamer. And because it's also easier for the streamer, he might require people to have the Stadia version as opposed to having the PC or console version, just because it's easier for him to invite people and it's easier for you to join. If streamers start using this, and believe me, they will, this will greatly encourage them to buy games on Stadia as well as their viewers.
Hey, there's a human right here, guys. Hey, you're one of us now, you motherfucker.
Wait a minute, it said YouTube live streaming alongside crowdplay, so there's also going to be YouTube live streaming? I thought that was just a mistake in the way they written the title, but it looks like we're going to be able to stream directly to YouTube without OBS. Am I reading this right?
Normally, when live streaming a video game, you need either a fairly decent gaming PC, dedicated streaming hardware, or a console with built-in streaming. Even then, you also need to have a quality internet connection with high upload speeds.
Holy shit, I was reading that right. They are actually going to roll out both features at once, at least for testing. You're going to get crowd play plus live streaming directly to YouTube without OBS and without any type of streaming software.
With Stadia, Google is looking to remove the barriers to live streaming games, and it makes a great deal of sense for them to do so. They're already streaming the game's video feed to your device and sometimes, through Stream Connect, other people's devices. It should be relatively straightforward to also send that stream to YouTube.
I want to take a moment to unpack what's going on. Just like I previously said, you will be able to stream directly to YouTube without OBS or any other streaming software, which in and of itself is a pretty big deal. They also mentioned that it won't be using your upload speed. It won't be using your bandwidth because it will be using the data on the Google servers. The reason why that is a bigger deal than it sounds like, you see, YouTube allows up to 4K streaming. But many streamers cap their stream at 720 or 1080 because they have much less upload speed than they have download speed. So that limits the quality of their stream. But now the upload is no longer a concern. There's nothing stopping every streamer on YouTube from having streams that go up to 4K.
Game name, suck my dick. All right, look for suck my dick. Wait, hold on. I probably don't want to do that.
What's even more wild about this, because in theory, let's say that you as a YouTuber don't have a high download speed. You don't have a lot of download bandwidth. Let's say you're forced to play Stadia at 720. Because it goes based off the data on the server, there might technically be nothing stopping your viewers from still watching it at 4K, even though you're playing at a lower resolution. I know that doesn't sound like much, but I have seen plenty of streams lose viewers for not being the standard 1080 60 FPS. This one change can potentially make it so every streamer can have an output of 4K 60 FPS and their viewers can get maximum enjoyment from every stream, not just the ones that buy the strongest hardware and have the best internet connections. I know so many streamers that got discouraged because they felt they never had good enough hardware to where their streams looked good enough compared to their competition. Not only will this improve the quality of streams for everyone across the board, but it will also level the playing field. While we're on the subject of YouTube live streaming, I want to point out that normally on YouTube, streams are not instantaneous. They tend to have a delay of between 3 and 5 seconds, which for the most part doesn't seem like it matters that much. But one of the big lessons I learned from Mixer is that viewers love it when you can reply to them right after they get done typing. They notice it and they always say, wow, that's amazing. The delay is really low. The delay might not make or break the platform, but it definitely adds to it if you have as low as a delay as possible. Since your viewers will be watching your streams from the Stadia servers, their delay to your stream could theoretically be their delay to the Google servers themselves, which means they will have a delay just as if they're playing the games themselves. And if you need an idea of how short that delay can be, for me personally, my delay on Google Stadia is normally between 11 and 13 milliseconds. Think about that.
Beyond that, we've got a glimpse at Google's ambitions for crowd play back at GDC 2019, where Google suggested creating a queue of fans through YouTube who will compete against you in games like NBA 2K20, and again with the announcement of Super Bomberman R Online. With crowd play, the barrier between watching games and playing them has never been thinner. Up to this point, though, Google hadn't given us any idea when to expect Stadia's YouTube live streaming and Stream Connect to launch.
Seeing as how they're getting ready to run this test, I will say crowd play and YouTube are right around the corner. And this is my most requested, most wanted feature from Stadia. And it's finally arriving, because if you remember, I love making videos, but I also love streaming. And the whole purpose of my streams is to play games and hang out with y'all. And they made what we were already doing even easier. I look forward to gaming with you guys, man.
Who are these motherfuckers? I don't know who these motherfuckers are. Get the fuck out of my face, man. I don't know you.
This week, however, YouTuber Kareem Jovian shared with his fans on Twitter that he will be streaming on Monday evening via Stadia Crowd Play. More specifically, in a follow-up tweet, Jovian says he'll be playing and giving away copies of Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath.
All right, now we have a date, time, and confirmation on a game that was not previously announced to have crowd play, having crowd play. Because I have Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath. It did not have a crowd play or any indication that it was coming. But now that we know it is, so how many more games are going to have crowd play in it? Can we assume that almost every multiplayer game will have this function in there? Because I assume that many developers probably already coded their games for Stadia to use it. They were just waiting on Google to unlock it. And if not, I would assume it's also easy for them to implement it. I cannot wait and see how this feature is used, man. Can you imagine crowd play in Creta?
I'll be streaming this coming Monday at 5 p.m. US INHRG Stadia Crowd Play. So I'm gonna play with you guys live on Stadia. Not only that, if you don't have the game, I'll be giving it to you for free, so no excuses. Come by Monday 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a free games and play with me live.
I honestly don't know who this guy is, but hey, he's giving out free games. Keep in mind, you don't have to pay a monthly fee to play games on Stadia. All you have to do is go to his live stream, and if you win a copy of the game, Mortal Kombat Aftermath, Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath, you could play it without paying any fee, and it's yours forever. I think everybody needs to go check this out.
We reached out to Google to see if this really is the beginnings of Stadia's crowd play and YouTube live streaming. And a spokesperson confirmed that a small number of testers are being given access to Stadia's live streaming tools.
It's probably smart that they start with a small number of testers, but I'm not convinced they're doing this because they're not sure if it works. I'm pretty sure they know it works 100% under the hood. I think the real reason that they're starting with a small number of testers is that they want to make sure they have the servers to handle the massive influx of players all testing these features at once. The YouTube streaming plus the crowd play is probably going to hit their servers pretty hard. And I think what we're going to see is a staggered rollout where they start with a small number of Stadia users and they slowly roll it out to more YouTubers and more YouTubers and more YouTubers. I say this because this is how YouTube has operated in the past whenever they brought out new features. Everybody doesn't get it at the same time. It's a slow rollout, and it doesn't surprise me at all that Stadia might be going the same route.
We're currently testing the ability to live stream Stadia games with a small number of testers. Stay tuned for more information. Here's more info about experiments on YouTube.
All right, it has been confirmed, so it is official.
All right, no building penises. All right, we don't need to see that on stream, man. I'm trying not to get banned on day one. Well, maybe one P9. We'll just call it a Minecraft creeper. Make it green. Nobody will know.
For now, that's all the details we've been given, but this is a fantastic sign. Considering the growing importance of streaming in the gaming community, it's heartening to see Stadia finally launching one of its hallmark features.
They are right. In the gaming community, streaming is extremely important. And with this change, they made it so everyone who wants to can be a streamer, or at least have their uploads or share their gameplay with their friends. My whole purpose on YouTube is to hang out with you guys, talk about video games, and definitely to play video games with you. So if you need somebody to play with, make sure you come to the stream, man, because we will be taking advantage of crowd play on almost every single stream that has multiplayer. I promise you, that's what I'm here for. I've been wanting to game with y'all since before crowd play, and I'm definitely going to want to do so after. Also, I want to know your thoughts on this, man. Are you guys looking forward to this? Leave a comment in the description below. And with that said, I'm your boy Twiz. Don't forget to like, comment, follow, and subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for supporting my channel. Laters, y'all.
Man, how come all y'all got on some skin tight ass pants? What's wrong with y'all?
I mean, you do too.
Hey, don't worry about what I'm wearing.